Well, the next stop on our Road of Life, ladies and gentlemen, the Road of Life podcast with John Miller. We have our good friend with us today, Adnan Adries. He is from the Sudan in Africa. My friend, just tell us a little bit about where you were born and your background. How are you today?
Well, I'm good, John. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for taking the time and talking to me. My name is Adnan Adries. As you said, I'm from Sudan, and Sudan is an East African country. And I came to Canada back in 2016. I landed in St. John, New Brunswick. I studied at the University of New Brunswick, graduated 2020. Because of COVID, I had to graduate 2022. And then I moved to Moncton in 2023. And ever since, I've became a Monctonian, and here where I live.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about the Sudan and where you come from and what it's like there climate-wise and everything else.
Great. So I came, as I said, I came from Sudan. I'm from the western part of Sudan, and that's therefore very close to the desert. I'm very close to Libya, Chad, Central Africa, and closer to Cameroon and these countries. And it's pretty dry out there. That I would say. It's pretty much we live off a desert, and I came from a small. I was born in a small town called Kutum, and then in 2003, my dad decided to move to El Fasher. So I lived there until I decided to flee Sudan and basically go somewhere where there's better opportunities and better work and education. So I moved to Jordan, and I was in Jordan from 2014 to 2016. And then I came to Canada.
How did you like Jordan? It's right next to Israel, is it not?
Yes, Jordan is beautiful. Actually, when I was in Jordan, I worked for the tourism sector, and because I spoke English back then, and I worked for tourists. Basically, I was a tour guide. I worked in Al-Betra, Al-Aqaba, Wadi Rum. If you guys ever seen, have you guys heard of the castle in the sand?
Yes. My sister went there.
Great. Yes. So that's where we used to take tourists, and it was a good opportunity, and most importantly, I met a lot of people from different backgrounds. When I lived there.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, back home where you were born in Sudan, what are the problems there that you found problematic?
Great. So in Sudan, Sudan has always been unstable because of conflicts, and me being coming from a province like Darfur, there's always conflict, there's always fights, and there's always constant war and displacement. This is one of the reasons that I had to leave Sudan, because there was no future back then, and I'm not sure whether you guys know about what's going on right now in Sudan. The war that's just started back in 2024, 15th of April, and I kind of saw that coming.
Who is it between? Who are the two sides?
Well, it's two generals in Sudan, and basically they're fighting over resources and who should govern and who's not. So that led to a catastrophe, humanitarian catastrophe. Over 15,000 got displaced, including my family.
That's too bad.
And my family now lives in Uganda just because of the war.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so now you're in Canada.
Yes.
And you're in the Greater Moncton area, and of course you have this lovely center that we're in right now, the Amal Community Center in Moncton, New Brunswick on High Street. And can you tell us a bit about the Amal Center? Did you start the Amal Center?
Yes, I did. I started Amal Newcomers Services. So the community center is actually one of the projects that we worked on at the end of 2025, leading to 2026, and now we're here. We're doing this interview from here. So Amal actually means hope. I come from a very rough background. Our generation back home it's kind of like we were born to war and we witnessed war. So I never had any peace, I would say, until I moved to Canada. So it's the hope that we never lost, right? And the hope that actually leads us to do so many things in life. And without hope, for me, there's no life. So that's the reason behind Amal. Amal is in my native language, which is Arab. It means hope. Amal is a non-profit organization. We founded Amal back in 2024. But also, what led to Amal is also something interesting, because in 2016, as I said, I came here, and the English I speak right now is actually a product of trial and error, and practicing and being here talking to people. And it wasn't the same when I first came, so it was a little bit of a challenge for me. I had to learn everything. I had to put in 3-4 times the amount of other students that they do it just to comprehend, to understand. So Amal, is the challenge is that we've been through the new environment, me being young, moving to a completely different environment from Sudan to Canada, from war to meeting people constantly smiling, people kind and curious and so on. So Amal founded in 2024, and the mission, or the mission of Amal is to pave the way for those who are coming after us. So basically we help newcomers who are moving to New Brunswick or Greater Moncton area with settlement services. We help them with document first of all, we help them with airport pickups. We offer them transportation from the airport to their accommodation, whether it's temporary or permanent. We help them on most of their settlement issues here in Moncton, starting from prepping the documents, taking them to open the bank accounts, all the way to until they apply for their citizenship. We do actually help them with that as well. So we go with them along the journey until they become Canadians.
Now, of course, a little bit of your personal background. Adnan, are you married?
No, not yet.
Anything on the horizon?
Oh, well, you never know. Yeah, but soon.
Excellent. Hey, you got a girlfriend, do you?
No, actually, this is very interesting. In my belief, we don't believe in having girlfriends or having relationship that are not marriage. I just want to say I have nothing against that.
No, yeah.
But that's one of the things that it's gonna prohibited in my beliefs.
That's absolutely. Yes. There's no courting. You just get married.
Yeah, you just get married. Yes.
Okay.
With all due respect to
no worries.
And everything that's
everybody's different, Adnan.
Yes,
Everybody's different.
Yes.
So, are there any other programs you offer at Amal Community Center that you'd like to talk about?
Great. So Amal Community Center is, as I said, it's the project we started in 2026. It's on 230 High Street. Right where the economic glass building used to be. It's an accessible space for the whole community where we chose to be here. I chose to live here. I want to be part of this community, and we actually want to help others to adapt to this community, to break the barrier between newcomers, immigrants, and the locals.
Excellent.
So our goal is to have an a place where the locals could come and talk to us, know about us, learn about us. And it's also a good opportunity for us to know more. I've been here for 10 years, and there's so many things that I'm still learning and I'm still adapting to. So we want the public to, or the local Canadians, if I may say, myself, I'm a proud Canadian. I've been Canadian for almost 6 years now.
Excellent. So, congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much. So we want we want the local Canadians to come and talk to us and know about us and meet others as well. One of the projects that we're doing actually is Good Morning Greater Moncton. It's a community breakfast that we offer every second Saturday of each month. So, this is a good opportunity for everyone to know about this event. And as I said, it's a free breakfast and everyone is welcome.
And when is that again?
It's every second Saturday of each month. It's called Greater Moncton Area. It takes place at our community center here, and it's something that we do in order to feed everyone in the community, and as well our neighbors here, the homeless here in the community as well, and plus it's for everyone as well.
Excellent. You mentioned culture and languages. How many languages do you speak, Adnan?
Well, I do speak Arabic. I'm learning French. Yes, je parle français.
Excellent.
But I'm working on it, and I promised myself by 2027 I would be a francophone. So I'm learning French, and I believe that it's very, very, very important to speak French. That's why I'm learning it. And I also, I would like to acknowledge that the French heritage here, it's something amazing
Yes.
and something beautiful and something that I
Yes.
resonate,
Excellent.
it resonates with my story basically. So that's one of the reasons. And I also speak Arabic, and I speak a little bit of Hindi thanks to my classmates and friends and roommates from India or from
Excellent.
Pakistan. Shout out to them.
Excellent.
I was forced to pick up a little bit of Hindi here and there.
And you speak English.
I do speak English.
So
yes.
4 languages. Wow,
Yes,
that's a lot of languages.
yes, thank you.
That's good. That's excellent. Now, if somebody wishes to donate, Adnan, to the Amal Community Center, is there a website they could go to donate? Is there a donate button on a website?
Yes, there is. They could go to www.amalnewcomers.ca, and we also receive clothes donation, utensils, kitchen stuff, spoons, and everything. We have a lot of newcomers families that are moving here. We also, we will welcome furniture donations as well. We do have a van. We could basically pick up whatever you want to donate and drop it off to a newcomer in need.
Excellent.
We also receive clothes donation, as I said, and we distribute it to newcomers, the homeless next to us here. And we also have another program running. I would like to take this opportunity to talk about it. It's called Amal Care Kit. We're hoping to, by the end of June, to prepare 500 kits for homeless, low income, and for newcomers families that are moving here, youth and families as well. So the 500 kits, and you could donate also to that. It's hygiene products, things like tampons, diapers, sanitizer, toothbrushes, wet wipes, and toothpaste, and so on.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So you're reaching out to the homeless population, covering all the bases here in the community.
We tried.
Is there anything you'd like to say to people, Adnan, based on your journey, based on how far you've come? You've come so far. You've started an awesome organization that helps people, a nonprofit organization here in our community. And as part of the community, Adnan, I'd like to thank you for that. That's tremendous, takes tremendous foresight and courage, and you're reaching out to other people with positivity. What would you like to say to the community and those that struggle and those that need help?
Love and compassion. And without love, actually, I wouldn't have been here. And hope. Don't lose hope, not on yourself, not in life itself. Always, be kind and loving and caring, and always be compassionate about others, and love everybody. We're all the same. We're all equal.
Amen.
And at the end of the day, we're all human. So it's the love and the compassion you show to others is
excellent.
Important.
What's your vision for the future for the Amal Center?
Great. My vision is to have Amal, more accessible, in a way that it's a place where all boundaries and all cultural boundaries or any hate or whatever in the community disappears, where everyone comes together, and all that matters is that we're living here, we're living in this beautiful province, and that we're here to make a positive change. We chose to be here. In fact, my family is coming in May 5th. They're moving here.
Excellent.
So this is going to be my motherland, given that my mom is going to be here.
Excellent.
So we chose to be here. We want to be here, and we want to be the change that others could see, and we want to be humbly saying that we want to be we leave footsteps that others could follow. With love, compassion, we could actually,
So your mother's coming? Are your brothers and sisters coming?
Yes.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
Well, I have 10.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have 10 brothers. Most of them, they're in Sudan, but my mom and my younger brothers, they because of the war, the family got split. And when my family ended up taking a 10 days journey to the nearing country, Egypt, but then they denied them, they closed the borders. Long story short, they finally made it to Uganda. So I was able to apply for them to come here, and this is one of the reasons why I love this country.
Excellent.
And now my family is joining me in May 5th. So we chose to be here. We want to be here, and we want positive change. We hope to belong here, and this is where we want to establish our life. So we want to be part of it with everything. That's why we want to help even the homeless. And
Amen.
I always say that, you know, it's unfortunate, but it's something that we don't judge, because we've been there. We've been displaced. We've been thrown out of our countries because of war. So it's not always a choice. And well, sometimes, you know, all what you gotta do is just show some love and, you know, show that you care. That's it. Even if it's not towards the homeless, even if it's a friend, a family member, just tell them that you care. Ask who they are, how are they doing,
Amen.
and so on. These things goes, you know, they go along the way.
It goes a long way, brother.
Yes.
And we hope someday on the road of life to be able to speak to and talk to your mother and your fellow siblings, my friend.
Thank you. Meanwhile, I can, you know, help you learn a little bit of Arabic. My mom speaks only Arabic.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, we're gonna, you know, teach you Arabic just to get
Excellent.
a small conversation.
Would love to learn. Would love to learn.
Yes.
Do you have Arabic classes at the Amal Center?
Not yet. It's not something that we've seen interest in, where we want to show Canadian or teach newcomers, you know, English and French, right? And this is, I mean, this is the only way to acknowledge the culture here, right? Is to speak the language. We want them to speak English. We want them to speak French. They already speak Arabic anyway. They could speak at home, but we encourage them to speak English and French. And I think that's part of being Canadian. So if you're Canadian, you speak English or French. Nothing against all other languages. I have my own dialect, my own language, but I do believe if you're here, I mean, learn English and at the same time speak your language. You're free. It's a free country.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Adnan. We appreciate you so much today, taking your time out of your very, very busy schedule to talk to us here on the Road to Life podcast with John Miller. And we hope someday to be able to maybe come out to one of your breakfasts and do a video on that. And possibly down the road, we'd like to do another update. Perhaps after your family arrives, we could do an update.
Absolutely.
An update video. And we'd love to. What an enlightening, excellent, and inspiring story you have, sir. We appreciate you. We wish you all the blessings of this life on the road of life.
Thank you so much, John, and thank you for taking the time. And here you're always welcome. And the center is always open Monday to Friday, Saturdays for special programs. And you, my friend, you have access to the center. You have access to our hearts, and you're always welcome.
Amen.
And everyone is welcome, and we would like to see everyone here. We are pretty open, and we will talk to everyone. And our message is love and compassion.
Excellent.
That's what it is. And
Excellent.
thank you so much. Also, I know you have a very busy schedule.
That's all right.
It's Sunday. You could have been in the church, but you chose to be with me here on interviewing me, and I appreciate that.
An honor, my friend. An honor.
Thank you.
Maximum
Thank you.
respect.
Thanks for the opportunity.
No worries. No worries. For all of you that are watching today, we invite you, if you'd like to show interest and you would like to come on the Road of Life podcast with John Miller, and tell your story, whoever you are, any of our viewers, feel free to email us at roadoflifepodcast@outlook.com. That's roadoflifepodcast@outlook.com. Take care, my friend. We'll see you next time.